What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to give you some tips on how to shoot some better quality videos. Well, whether it's your first time shooting a video or whether you've got some experience, hopefully there'll be something you can get from this. First, I'm going to look at some equipment that we might need, and then I'll look at some ideas on how to structure your videos. So that said, let's jump into it.
Tell the world you want to know I'm brand new. I'm brand new.
This is a clip I'm recording off of my laptop camera. No equipment except for my desk light. I'm going to switch that on. There we go. Not that impressive. This is a clip I'm recording after setup. Now, the first thing you'll notice will probably be the visual, and the second thing that you'll notice will be the sound quality. My voice went from this, which is passable, but it sounds a little cheap, a touch echoey, and pretty unprocessed, to this, which in my opinion has a lot more clarity and is instantly easier to listen to. To get from ashy to classy, here's what you'll need: a recording device, video editing software, a mic, background music, proper lighting, a tripod with a mount, and a software that can record audio. All right, now I know that sounds like a lot, but don't freak out. The last three items on that list are sort of optional. And so I'll go through each item step by step and I'll break it down for you. So first, the recording device. Most smartphones and tablets have a pretty decent front camera, usually much better than what a laptop webcam will have. So that one's pretty easy to tick. Video editing software. This shouldn't be too hard to come by because most laptops and computers nowadays come stock with a video editing program. Now, the reason you might want to use one of these things is because it allows you to chop up different segments of your video and string them together in a way that best suits your video's purpose. Now, not all of us are great actors and we can't always nail our lines or what we want to say exactly the way we want to say it on the first time. And so rather than having to do 20 different takes, you can just do one long take and you can chop out the bits that you don't like. Now, with most PCs, they come with what's called Windows Live Movie Maker, which I've used in the past to make several different videos, which you can check out here. I'm less familiar with Macs. I know that they have what's called iMovie on them. I would expect iMovie to be just as good and probably even better than Windows Live Movie Maker is. Now, lately I've been using KineMaster to edit my videos. It's another video editing software that's just an app you can use on your phone. It's a lot more portable and I think it has some options. And for me, it just cuts out that one extra step of having to upload my videos from my device onto my laptop and then to edit them on there. But anyways, I'll talk more about KineMaster in another video. Microphones. As I showed earlier in the video, using a proper mic can instantly make the sound quality go a lot better for your videos. Now, you want to have a proper clip-on mic, known as lavalier mics or lapel mics. I've got one just here under my shirt, which you can see here, that just picks up the sound. And this thing just plugs right into the headphone jack of your phone or tablet or whatever your recording device is. Pretty straightforward, and it improves the quality quite a bit, in my opinion. All right, background music. Now, this is something that instantly adds life to your videos, and it's pretty easy to include. Most video editing software will allow you to add an audio track and overlay that on top of your video. They'll also have a feature that'll let you adjust the volume of the music so that it's not in the way. If you haven't got any ideas on background music, there are heaps of playlists on YouTube and SoundCloud if you just search for it. I'll also link some in the description for you to check out, and you can download them for free if you sign up for a free trial. And so they're not hard to get your hands on, but I'd highly recommend including these in your videos. To get decent lighting for your videos, there are three sorts of lights to think about. The first is called a key light. Right now, I've got all the lights off. Now, this is the key light. All right, so this is your main light source that fills in your subject. Now, the next light to think about is called the fill light. So now I've got the fill light on. The fill light sits opposite to the key light, and it should be dimmer. Now, if you don't have dimmable lights, what you can do is just pick the light up and move it further back, and that'll create a dimming effect. Now, as you can see, that filled in some of the shadows that were on this side of my face. Now, the last thing to think about is the backlight. And so with the backlight on, that separated my arm from the background. And I use other lights as well here. And these lights help separate me even more from the background, just to give even better distinction. Now, you could just use the overhead lights in the room, but here's what that looks like. I said that having good lights was optional, and what I meant by that was, in the event that you have good daylight, you might be able to bypass all of this. Natural light is awesome, and this is what it looks like. I've just switched off all of my lights, and I've opened up the door of my garage to let some of the natural light in. Now, as you can see, natural light works pretty good, but the thing is it might not always be there when you need it. There is the issue of maybe weather, or maybe you've got a room that hasn't got good windows that let lighting in. Or maybe you're like me and you're a parent, and most of the time during the day, you can't film because you've got kids running around, and the only time to actually get any work done is when the sun's gone down after your kids are already in bed. And it's that sort of situation where having a good lighting setup comes in handy. Okay, tripod with a mount. Now, the tripod is really just used for stability and for consistency with the camera angle. In the past, I have used things in place of a tripod, like a music stand, or I've balanced my phone against some books, and that works. So in that sense, a tripod is optional. But having a tripod with a mount will save you the headache of balancing your device against obscure objects, worrying about your phone slipping or getting knocked over. It'll let you take breaks and then resume the video with the same angle that you left with, and it will allow you to make quick and easy adjustments if needed. Just like that. All right, audio recording software. Now, you remember how earlier I mentioned that you can take your mic and you can plug it directly into the side of your phone? Well, there is one drawback to that if you plan on using a stock video editor like Windows Live Movie Maker. You see, when you record a video with your microphone plugged into your phone, the audio and the video files are linked and they can't be separated. Well, what's wrong with that? The drawback is that I can't put up another screen while my audio continues. If you don't plan on putting up any slides or extra screens during your videos, there's not a problem with that. If you do, well then there's a little bit of a workaround. The workaround is instead of plugging your microphone directly into your phone, plug it into your computer instead. This way, you can record the video independently from the audio. And this just means that you'll have to sync up the audio and the video later, manually, but that's really easy to do. Every computer will come with its own sound recording software, which you can just plug the mic into and record on your laptop. Now, if yours doesn't for some reason, there are heaps of free recording softwares out there that you can use instead. But I'll add that if you happen to be editing your videos using KineMaster, the video editing program that I mentioned earlier, well then you can just bypass this whole process, because KineMaster allows you to have a video and allows you to layer another image or other footage on top of that without disrupting the audio. All right, now that we've made it through all that, I wanted to share with you guys some ideas on video structure before I go. Now, if any of you guys are questioning any of this, I'll have you know that I got my degree from YouTube University, so I reckon I'm quite qualified to be telling you guys how to do this. Now, let's jump into it. Okay, so we've got all our equipment set up and we're ready to start shooting our video. Now, the very first thing that you want to do is spend 7 to 10 seconds to hook in your audience so that they know they're in the right spot and they're not wasting their time watching their video. Now, the worst thing you can do at the very beginning is to give a long self-introduction, or maybe even to play our logo animation. Instead, you want to spend this time telling the audience what they're about to see and why they should stick around to watch your video. So once you've hooked people and they know they're in the right spot, then you can continue on with like the logo animation or something, and then a self-introduction after that, and then the content of the video. So hook, intro, content. All right, so content-wise. Throughout the video, you want people to be thinking about and engaging with the material that you're giving them. And to do this, one of the things you want to do is remind people to comment down below what their thoughts, questions, and concerns might be. Also, if you mention a subject that you've covered more deeply in another video, or maybe there's a prerequisite video, well, YouTube allows you to recommend another video at any point. Or alternatively, you can make a recommendation at the very end of the video. Encourage people to like and subscribe. Don't be spammy with it, but just remember that the more engagement that there is, the more likes that you have, the more likely your video is to get recommended to other viewers. Okay, the final thing, and arguably the most important thing, the thumbnail. Now, the thumbnail is often one of the things that will cause people either to click or not to click on your video. Now, if you do nothing, YouTube will automatically generate a thumbnail from a random frame throughout the video. But YouTube also gives you the option to upload your own thumbnail. What I do is I scroll through the video and I find a part that I think looks cool. Then I take a screenshot of that. And using that screenshot, I'll take my phone's photo editor and I'll use that screenshot and maybe I'll add a filter over it and then some clickbaity text or something to make it stand out. Then I upload that photo as a video thumbnail. People are a lot more likely to click on a thumbnail that looks like it's interesting, rather than some random blurry moment that YouTube just happened to select. All right, I know that's a lot, but thanks so much for sticking around to this point in the video, and hopefully you've learned something. If there's something that you think I've missed or you'd like to see me cover in another video, comment down below and let me know what you think that is. With that said, it's about time to bring this video to a close. So thanks again for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.